Hello students, I welcome you all to my channel LearnEng with Manasi. So here in this video we are going to take up 30 MCQs from the chapter The Nightingale and the Rose from your book Invitation to Class 12 CHSE English. So without any further delay, let us get started with the MCQs. Question number 1. Why did the student weep beneath the oak tree? Student oak tree tole kahiki bosiki kanduthile. He had failed in his examination. He was lonely and friendless. He could not find a red rose for the girl he loved. He had lost his books. So students, the third option, he could not find a red rose for the girl he loved is the correct answer. What condition did the girl place before agreeing to dance with the student? कौन कंडीशन से रखिथिले से झीटा स्टूडेंट सहित डांस करबा पई कौन कंडीशन रखिथिले? He must bring jewels, he must write poetry, he must bring a red rose, he must sing for her. So he must bring a red rose is the correct answer. What emotion did the nightingale feel on hearing the student's sorrow? तो नाइटिंगेल जितेबाला स्टूडेंट रो दुख विषय शुणिले से कौन फील करथिले? एंगर, पिटी, फियर, इंडिफरेंस. पिला माने पिटी माने होची दया देखेबा, सो से दया देखैथिले. What does the nightingale believe about love? नाइटिंगेल लव प्रति को प्रकार विश्वास रखिथिले? It is foolish, it is selfish, it is the greatest thing in the world, it is temporary. So according to Nightingale, love is the greatest thing in the world. Next question. Which tree did the nightingale first approach for a red rose? तो red rose पाई से प्रथमे को tree को approach करिथिले? Oak tree, elm tree, white rose tree, myrtle tree. So my dear students, white rose tree होची correct answer. Next. Why could the white rose tree not give a red rose? White rose tree काहे की red rose दे पारला नहीं? Options are: it was dry, winter had destroyed it, its roses were white by nature, it had no flowers. So पिला माने जेहेतु मैं जानी छी कि it was a white rose tree, it could not give a red rose. So हमारा option C टा हबो correct answer. Next. Which tree advised the nightingale to sacrifice herself? तो को ट्री टा कही थिला नाइटिंगेल को कि you have to sacrifice yourself to get a red rose. Options: elm tree, yellow rose tree, white rose tree, red rose tree. तो red rose tree टा कही थिला नाइटिंगेल को you have to sacrifice your life, then only I can give you the red rose that you wanted. तो पिला माने तमे मने रखिथिबो कि white rose tree टा ही नाइटिंगेल को कहिबो कि you go to the red rose tree which is beneath the window of the student. तो सेठी को नाइटिंगेल हमरो जाउची and red rose को जेतले पचारुची red rose कहूची कि due to some reason, due to the winter which destroyed me, I'm unable to bear a rose on me now. So जदि तो चाहूँ कि मो ऊपर गोटे रेड रोज आसू ताले यू हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस, यू हैव टू लेव मी, यू हैव टू वॉश मी, यू हैव टू बेद मी विथ योर ब्लड. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. व्हाट वाज द प्राइस डिमांडेड फॉर द रेड रोज? रेड रोज पाई कौन डिमांड करिथिला? रेड रोज ट्री, द स्टूडेंट्स टीयर्स, गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर, द नाइटिंगेल्स लाइफ, the nightingale's song. तो पिला माने the nightingale's life is the correct answer. How was the red rose finally created? By magic, by rain and sunlight, by the nightingale's blood, by the student's love, by the nightingale's blood. Where did the nightingale press her heart to create the rose? Against the thorn of the rose tree, against the elm tree, against the student's breast, against the ground. So against the thorn of the rose tree is the correct option. So red rose tree कहिथिला कि मो ऊपर जतकी कंटा अछि मो कंटार अगेंस्ट रे तू तोर ब्रेस्ट को प्रेस कर. Press कर so that my thorn will pierce your heart and can drink the blood from your heart directly. तो सेठू मु जाइकी मोर जो लाइफलेस कंडीशन को रिवाइव करि परिबी, रिससिएट करि परिबी एंड मो भितर क्षमता पुणी थरे फेरी आसीबो तोते रेड रोज को देबा पई. Moving to the next question. What happened to the nightingale at dawn? She flew away, she fainted, she died, she was rescued. So जेतेबेले dawn माने early morning हैला से समय आमे देखिबा जे nightingale died. Next, how did the rose appear after the sacrifice? Pale and dull, bright and crimson, black and thorny, yellow and faded. So सकाळ हैला बेलको गोटे बहुत सुंदर रोज अपियर हो जाइथिला. It was bright and crimson in color. Let me tell you the meaning of crimson, my students. Crimson माने होची सिंदूर कलर, जोटा कि गोटे ब्राइट रेड आमे कहि परिबा. Moving to the next. How did the student react on seeing the rose? He thanked the nightingale, he felt sad, he was delighted, he felt guilty. You know, students, he was delighted. He became very happy. He wanted to go to the party to offer the red rose to the beautiful girl whom he loved, but he did not thank the nightingale. Moving to the next question. Why did the girl reject the red rose? She disliked flowers. She had already promised to another. She preferred jewels over flowers. The rose had thorns. So friends, she preferred jewels over flowers will be the correct answer. What gift had the Chamberlain's nephew given the girl? Chamberlain को nephew कौन गिफ्ट देथिले? से झियोटा को कौन गिफ्ट देथिले? A book, silk slippers, jewels, a musical instrument. Jewels, but jewelry जोटा मैं कहूँ. What did the student do with the rose in the end? He preserved it, he gave it to someone else, he threw it away, he planted it, he threw it away. जोटा कि गोटे बहुत बड़ इनजस्टिस थिला नाइटिंगेल रो सैक्रिफाइस सह. नाइटिंगेल त लाइफ देकी से रेड रोज को बनै थिला, किंतु even the student could not value her sacrifice. He threw it away. Moving to the next question. Which subject did the student return to after rejecting love? Poetry, music, philosophy and metaphysics, history. तो से डिसाइड कले philosophy और metaphysics पढ़िबा पई. Next question. The nightingale is a symbol of wisdom, true love and sacrifice, pride, beauty. तो nightingale is a symbol of true love and sacrifice. The student represents idealism, romanticism, practical materialism, true devotion. You know, the student represents practical materialism. आउ ता भितर कौन नथिला होची true devotion. हैला तुम देखिबो तांको भितर ट्रू डिवोशन नथिला, बट ट्रू गोटे लव करिबार गोटे इंटेंशन तो नथिला. ही ओनली हैड प्रैक्टिकल मटेरियलिज्म. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द गर्ल सिंबलाइजेस innocence, loyalty, materialism, sacrifice. Again the answer is materialism. कहीं ना सब मटेरियल को अधिक इंपॉर्टेंस गुरुत्व देले ना कि फीलिंग्स को. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. What literary device is most prominent in the Nightingale's sacrifice? को literary device को हमें पाइबा Nightingale रो sacrifice रे. Options are irony, allegory, satire, comedy. So students, here allegory is the correct answer. Let me tell you why. Allegory रो meaning कौन प्रथम तमे बुझो. Allegory माने this is a narrative जोठी की characters हैला कि तारो actions हैला और events deeper moral की philosophical और abstract ideas को represent करती, not just themselves. For example, in this chapter, The Nightingale and the Rose, the nightingale sacrifice is not merely a bird dying for a flower. It stands for something much larger and symbolic. Next question. Who mocked the students' love? Lizard, butterfly, nightingale, owl. Correct answer hochi butterfly. Next, what was the lizard's opinion about love? Lizard ro kon opinion thila love ko neki? It was sacred, it was poetic, it was ridiculous, it was painful. So according to lizard, love was ridiculous. Next, the rose tree demanded the nightingale sing at noon, at midnight, at dawn, at sunset. The correct answer is at midnight. Next question. What happened to the nightingale's voice as she sang? So jemti gaibare lagila ta voice re kemiti change ame dekhuche. It became louder, it grew sweeter and weaker, it stopped suddenly, it echoed through the forest. So it grew sweeter and weaker is the correct answer. What theme is central to the story? A story ro central theme ba central idea kono? Nature's cruelty, power of education, sacrifice versus materialism, success and ambition. तो पिला माने sacrifice versus materialism हबो correct answer. Sacrifice गोटे आड़े अच्छी जोटा कि नाइटिंगेल symbolize करूची and materialism को both the boy and the girl symbolize करूचंते. So sacrifice versus materialism is the proper answer. Next, the student's love is best described as selfless, immature, pure, spiritual. तो स्टूडेंट रो लव को आमे इमेच्योर बोलिकी डिस्क्राइब करि पारिबा. नेक्स्ट, द एंडिंग ऑफ द स्टोरी हाइलाइट्स. स्टोरी रो एंडिंग टा बा क्लाइमैक्स टा कोन हाइलाइट करूची? ट्रायम्फ ऑफ लव, विक्ट्री ऑफ नेचर, ट्रेजेडी ऑफ आइडियलिज्म, रिवॉर्ड फॉर सैक्रिफाइस. तो आमे देखिबा करेक्ट आंसर हबो ट्रेजेडी ऑफ आइडियलिज्म. काहे कि मैं तुमको कहते, you know, the ending of the Nightingale and the Rose, it shows the destruction of pure ideals. जोटा कि आमे देखि परिबा कि आइडियलिज्म अछि, नाइटिंगेल शो करछि आइडियलिज्म. जेमति कि द नाइटिंगेल बिलीव्ड लव इज सुप्रीम एंड इट इज सेक्रेड and she sacrificed her life believing that it can bring happiness. तो नाइटिंगेल जेतेबेले आइडियलिज्म को शो करूछि, on the other hand neither the girl nor the boy could respect her sacrifice. तो आमे देखिबा एठी आइडियलिज्म को गोटे ट्रेजिक वे रे रिप्रेजेंट करा जायछि. सो ट्रेजेडी ऑफ आइडियलिज्म इज द करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट, द टोन ऑफ द स्टोरी इज मेनली, स्टोरी रो टोन टा कोन अछि? ह्यूमरस, रोमांटिक, ट्रेजिक एंड आयरॉनिक, ऑप्टिमिस्टिक. सो यार टोन टा अछि ट्रेजिक एंड ironic. So thank you so much for watching the video. पुणी थरे नेक्स्ट वीडियो रे आमे आउ 30 MCQs डील करिबा जोटा कि डिफिकल्टी लेवल आउ टिके अधिक जाबो.